Your next contest is a welterweight contest of 8 3-minute rounds. Introducing to you firstly, in the red corner, wearing these silver trunks with red trim, he comes from Skegness and weighs in at 10 stone, 7 pounds. He enters the ring with 6 wins, one of those wins coming by way of knockout against 4 defeats. He is a former Midlands area light welterweight champion. Please welcome Ben Lawler. And his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing these solid black trunks. He fights out of Liverpool and weighs in at 10 stone, 3 pounds. He enters the ring with an undefeated 12-fight record, 12 wins, 4 of those wins coming by way of a knockout. As an amateur, he was a 2004 ABA light welterweight champion. Please welcome John Watson. Your timekeeper is Arnold Bryson. Your referee at the bell is Marcus McDonald.
Guys, man, like the rules of boxing, let's explain to you. One thing we'll say, Ben Wilson, at all times, keep it clean, what's your heads? Any questions? Let's go to work.
Seconds out, round 1.
Well, John Watson from Liverpool, former ABA champion, rising fast up the lightweight ranks. 12-0 he is in the black trunks here, the silver of Ben Lawler from Skegness, a former Midlands champion who's come in at a few days' notice here. How good is John Watson? Frank Maloney hopes very good. Hopes he can get him some kind of title shot by the end of the year. Let's see. He's had some good wins, beating contenders Martin Gethin and Ben Murphy in recent fights.
Well, I've liked Watson since I first clapped eyes on him. Lovely, solid approach. Thinks his way around, moves in behind his punches, you know, good solid operator. And although Lawler has taken this at short notice, I do believe he had a match made for later in the month. So I would imagine he is in good shape. Maybe just needs a little bit extra holiday money on this one. You can see the way Watson just walks for right in with a beautiful right hand there. But patient, precise, doesn't do anything silly himself. The chin's down, the hand's up, the balance is good. Yep, I think he's a lightweight with a future.
He's had some sparring with the world-class and sometimes brilliant Joanne Guzman, who keeps on threatening to come to Britain, but he never actually does. Said it was a fantastic experience. And it really would have been a learning session, I think, for John Watson.
Yeah, well, that does wonders for your confidence, knowing you've shared a ring with people such as that. Whether you held your own or whether you didn't, it's nice to know you've been in there with a top-level fighter. You can see the patience he shows, just takes his time, not in any hurry. If he's not taking punches, then there's no need for panic, and that's the way he boxes. Makes the opportunities and then pounces on them.
Just looking to dominate things with the jab here against Lawler. Lawler has lost 4 of his last 5, but he did win the Midlands title at the Rushton and Diamonds football ground with a win over Gavin Deacon. Later lost that area title back in March when he was stopped in the first round by Dean Harrison. It would be a big shock if he was to derail Watson here.
You're watching, maybe just struggling to pin him down in the opening round. We're down to the fact Lawler not a bad opponent.
Right, made one stopping mistake. Can he punish you for it?
It's Dave Colwell, the trainer.
Right, you notice what he's doing, right? He'll throw, he'll swing, he'll throw, and then he resets, moves off. As he moves off, he's thinking about what he's got to do next. The minute you've made him miss, pop, pop, stick a jab straight on him, right?
You can see Watson, he wants to be precise, he doesn't want to do anything silly, doesn't lose his cool, no matter how awkward an opponent is trying to be, although this is early days yet. Nice body shot there. but makes the opportunities and moves in and takes them.
Resets himself, right? In that time that he's resetting, you must stick that jab on him. You're doing a lot of feigning, but you're not doing
Part of the Liverpool fight explosion at the moment, really. John Watson, they've got a lot of talent and a lot of interest bubbling away in that part of the world, which is good to see. Second round, Watson, the lightweight prospect in the black trunks here. Both of them over the weight tonight. Watson at 10 stone 3 pounds, and Lawler, understandably, given the fact that he took the fight this week, he's coming at 10 stone 7 for this. Has had a win since that first round defeat by Dean Harrison, beating Chris O'Brien on points. Just quietly going about his business here, John Watson. Early on, it was 6 years ago that he won his ABA title. That was at light welterweight. Been a pro for 3 years now.
You can see Watson is coming forward, but he wants to counter punches. It's a nice style if you can master that. Intimidate the opponent, drive them back, draw the lead. Then he's just done it there, as you saw, slipped under the leading punch. Nice right hand. Thinks everything out.
He's looking to make Lawler pay for any mistake. Just approaching it almost with the mind of a chess master so far.
I mean, that's the one thing, maybe as he goes along, if he wants to build a following. I know things are flying in Liverpool at the moment, but maybe a little bit more drama will be required just to get people onto the edge of their seats. But this is early days yet, and plenty of time to come up with some drama.
They're just building him up towards that kind of level. That's where he is at the moment, John Watson. Certainly didn't want any slip-ups in fights like this. He was due to fight the useful Hungarian Zsolt Nagy tonight. That one fell through. That's why Lawler's in there. It's the right hand finds the left. It was blocked, I fancy, by the gloves of Lawler on that occasion. Just a classy piece of work again there by Watson.
Just the fact that he's not taking anything. He's just slipping, sliding and blocking. So in this business, at the end of the day, it's what you took, not what you dished out. And, Watson hasn't taken too much in the first couple of rounds tonight.
Lovely footwork there. Getting himself into good defensive positions, just skipping out of range when Lawler tried anything.
He insert himself a little bit more for those punches, so he shows he can put the leverage in maybe. Certainly a bit more spite in those punches.
Just looks to have that attitude of a fighter who doesn't want to give his opponent any chance that he doesn't actually have in the fight. It's not a bad attitude.
Yeah? He did it there and he caught it flush straight away, even if it's a jab. Off that jab.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, you can see he's thinking, he knows exactly what's coming, slips the lead. And there's a right hand, bang on. And he let go some more solid punches later in the round. So there's maybe a little more punching power than his record suggests.
Yeah?
But I think he's more interested in doing the job properly, not taking silly punches. And that's certainly been the story so far.
Change it up a little bit. Right?
Let's stand up.
1-2 on his way in. When he's
Catch
coming
counter,
in.
catch counter. Be quicker than him. Boom, boom, yeah.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Doing out, it's a good third round already, yeah? Good lad.
Trying to pump up Ben Lawler there in the corner. They fancy his speed might be a factor.
Seconds out, round 3.
Third round, Watson in the black on the far side from you. Not really mentioned too much when people talk about Britain's leading lightweights. It tends to be all about Kevin Mitchell and John Murray and a few others. Just reading in the trade newspaper Boxing News this morning that Mitchell's had to have some kind of treatment for eye trouble, which apparently he was having in the build-up to that fight with the Australian Cat Cedars, which is a bit alarming to hear.
Yeah, that is a worry there. Once they've got to the bottom of it and find out exactly what it is, hopefully not serious, because I believe Mitchell still has a future.
One way and another, that didn't really work out, did it, the prep for that fight, from everything we've been hearing. John Watson very much in control of things here, really. Lawler can't quite get into this. Doing too much, Watson. He's just making sure, really, that Lawler stays tamed. He's out of range with his jab a bit. As you said, maybe a touch more drama would come in handy, but maybe that will come when he's in the right kind of fight.
Yeah, well, if Watson had a title fight penciled in and he was going about the job like this tonight, you would say this is perfect, just a tool sharpener. Don't take any punches, practice things, work out your technique. But that's not the case. I mean, the people here want to be entertained, so yeah, just a little bit more devil in his approach would be appreciated. But you do have to appreciate the skills that he has.
Yeah, he's good technically, isn't he? He knows how to look after himself in there.
See, Lawler knows now if he leads he's going to be countered, so when he doesn't quite know what to do about this, what he should probably be doing is trying to tighten up his defences and come forward a little bit more. But easier said than done against Watson. Watson's taken control of the fight, and he doesn't look as though he wants to let that go.
Nearly favoured another counter there, did Ben Lawler.
Right, still boxing.
Just a question of levels here, really, so far. Watson dominant.
Yeah, when a fighter reaches the stage that he has no confidence that he's going to land with his own punches, then it doesn't really remain competitive, which can be a problem. And the Lawler just doesn't have anything to counteract it, the cuteness or the technique of Watson, so I don't see things changing drastically.
Just for a moment he thought of switching to southpaw then and seemed to think better of it after about 0.31 of a second.
See, when you see fighters charging and they're actually running at opponents, you know they're struggling.
Working, right?